So his theory on being a stuntman is that he came from the theater and he sort of like incorporates slapstick comedy and shit into this style of, stunt, like action sequence choreography that he's developed as his own brand or whatever. So like he's always talking about like, the comedy whenever he has to do interviews on like late night or whatever. He's like, it's not about action, it's about the comedy, right? I'm not going to do the impression, but I wanted to. But he like it's like a guy throws a fucking ladder at him and then he does like Three Stooges shit with it where you turn and you're holding the ladder and it hits the two guys. And like in his movies, a lot of them, there's just like basically Marx Brothers skits, but with like punching with like, the guy standing in front of the mirror or whatever. So you can tell that's what his bread and butter is. But then when he does like films like this that are not his own project and he has to play this serious character, you could tell he's still trying to incorporate like the funny falling down the stairs shit.
There's always been like a weird element of like darkness and all the goofy stuff. Like I think in Police Story 2, there's like a clip where they're basically like torturing a perp to get information. Like but like the way they do, it's like totally played for laughs where they like stick the guy's like hand on a stove and he's like, owie, 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 like you're torturing him, man.
There's a part in the classic Rumble in the Bronx, which is mostly it's a very straightforward like Jackie Chan action comedy. But at first he's fighting like this gang of street toughs, and then they later team up with each other to fight the real criminals. But that happens when like the real criminals are like, where are our diamonds? And they kidnap two of the street toughs and feed one of them alive into a wood chipper.
Oh my God.
And then make his friend return to the gang with his friend in a garbage bag.
No.
And then a guy looks in there and throws
way?
up. And then the rest of the movie is just Jackie Chan like whooping ass with refrigerators and pinball machines.
He has a wonderful theory on how to approach stunts that's covered in his My Stunts film. You can watch it. It's on YouTube, where you watch him do all these incredible things and you're like, no human being could do that. What's your secret? And he leans forward and he's like, I'll let you in on my secret. And this is how we've saved a lot of money over the years. And this is the secret to my success. When I fall down a flight of stairs through a glass table, what I do is I just get it right the first time so that we don't have to spend any money on computers or do it again. And you're just like, so your secret is you're covered in glass. I'm covered in glass. That's correct.
Well, I mean, like what I think is really interesting about him is, he like kind of created the idea of having a blooper reel like after your movie, but like in the old Hong Kong, like now blooper reels are just like played for laughs. It's like somebody flubs a line and everyone thinks it's funny, but like the blooper reels from his like 80s movies that play during the credits are insane because they're not funny and they're just him injuring himself.
Yeah,
and like it's showing
the
him
last shot is always like them pulling him off on a gurney or whatever.
Yeah, it's like the vibe is supposed to be like he's big on this idea of like self-sacrifice for like whatever, like a human should sacrifice himself for whatever the greater good is. Like it's just like look at how much I give of myself to this art for you people. It's very strange to watch.
Well, that's why I think that the Chinese Communist Party stuff kind of plays into it, because he's also like, the reason I'm able to do all this stuff at a lower budget is I've broken every bone in my body 1,000 times, but I guess he like relies on the government and he's able to like, I guess, not be in a mountain of debt the way he would be in America.
I think the reason like America, like his American films are all worse than his Hong Kong films is because like his American film, they just like straight up like don't want to insure him doing all the crazier shit, so you still like dial it down big time.
Yeah.
You can't get insurance in Asia either, but the sequences where they're like, all right, so for the explosion scene, what we're going to do is really try to explode Jackie Chan and he'll run away. And they just won't let you do that in America. Because I don't know. I've been on a film set, like if anybody moves a car, they make a huge deal out of it for 100 people. And this one, he's flipping a car sideways through an alley for real.
Yeah, I mean,
and they do it in 3 takes.